A heroic principal flown to the hospital after he subdued a gunman inside Pauls Valley High School.
That suspect, a 20-year-old former student, fired several shots as the principal and other staff took him down. That principal was shot in the leg, but investigators say because of their actions, no one else, including the students, were hurt.
We have live team coverage of this for you, starting with KOCO's Jason Berger. He's live at the high school right now. And Jason, you just heard from authorities.
Guys, that's right. This principal took a bullet for his students and his school today. He's currently in stable condition at the hospital. But who this suspect is and why he did this is still unknown. So here's what we've been able to figure out with investigators this afternoon. He's a 20-year-old male that was a former student here at Pauls Valley High School. He walked into the lobby area and was confronted by Principal Kirk Moore, along with several other staff members. We're told he was shot in the leg and taken to a hospital. What's still not clear is a motive and why this man walked into Pauls Valley High School. I asked investigators if they thought Principal Moore was targeted specifically, and they said that's undetermined at this point. The suspect was detained quickly, and law enforcement made it to the school in just a matter of minutes. Here's what OSBI said in the last hour.
The subject was able to fire multiple rounds where the principal was hurt. But no one else was. And the principal, as well as the school staff, was able to subdue the subject before, obviously, other people were hurt, including students.
And once again, no students were injured or hurt in the middle of this. We talked with the superintendent, and he said that school will be canceled in Pauls Valley tomorrow. In Pauls Valley, Jason Berger, KOCO 5 News.
Jason, thank you. And KOCO's Megan Mosley joining us live at the high school as well.
Megan, we know emotions are very high. I'm hearing from so many people who know and love this principal. And I know you've been focusing on that. Who is Principal Kirk Moore?
Abby, you said it. Everybody in the community has been telling us today that Principal Moore is a kind, loving man who would do anything for his community. And I feel like that was pretty evident in his actions today when everyone's saying that he was a hero in this case. Now, he has been with the district for 35 years and was actually the one who stopped that suspect. Now, when we got here around 3:50 today, there were still dozens of parents picking up students and students who had just gotten here from the local VOTEC in town, and they were told to come in and check in so that staff knew they were accounted for, and this was per the district's protocol. Now, during our conversations with all those students, they also spoke very highly of Principal Moore, saying that he's a kind and loving man, and they're wishing him a speedy recovery.
He's actually been a mentor to me. He was one that kind of helped me when I was first hired here 8 or 9 years ago. He's been in the district, I believe last year was 35 years. Pauls Valley guy all his life. You won't meet a bigger Panther, and he really.
He was a really good man. He he really he'd help students. He would get to know you. You had any questions, he would answer them. He would, he was a really good man.
And we know that these incidents take a lot out on a community. So tomorrow, the district tells us they will be closing all of their sites. And if anyone in the community needs it, any school staff, employees, or students need any counseling, those will be available on their sites. Reporting live in Pauls Valley, Megan Mosley, KOCO 5 News.
Megan, thank you. And tonight, Senator James Lankford is reacting. He says that he and his wife are praying for students, teachers, and first responders, and is grateful that no students were hurt. Lankford also asking for prayers for the principal.
Governor Kevin Stitt says he spoke with the Pauls Valley superintendent after this shooting, saying, quote, Principal Moore acted bravely to protect students' lives. Sarah and I are praying for his quick recovery. The governor also thanked law enforcement for their swift response too.
This is absolutely your worst fear. You hope you can go through an entire career and not have to deal with this.
Hearing there from the state superintendent calling this your worst fear. And again, Principal Kirk Moore, who you see here in stable condition, being hailed a hero by his peers, along with the other school staff who rushed to prevent this armed former student from getting any farther into Pauls Valley High School.
And the superintendent there says Moore has been with the school district now for 35 years, calling him a Pauls Valley Panther through and through. But tonight, questions do remain about how the suspect got inside.
KOCO's Evan Onstadt joining us from the newsroom looking into this. Evan, we heard from school leaders on these concerns.
And there's always going to be investigations after something like that, guys. I know that right now there are a lot of things that are clear this evening. A 20-year-old former student as the suspect. Authorities say the principal noticed him walking into the lobby with a gun. The principal immediately jumping into action to subdue him. And as you've heard, he was shot in the leg. Authorities have been very clear about these details and saying that the principal and his staff saved lives today. But it is still not exactly clear how that former student was able to gain access into the school. We don't know if those lobby doors were unlocked, if they were locked. We don't know what other security stood between the lobby and the hallways to the classrooms. Leaders both at the district level and the state say that they will evaluate what could have been done better.
So we do have access control to all of our buildings across the campus, as well as the district. So in order for a student to gain access or someone to gain access to the building, there is a process for that. But I'm not sure how access was gained or anything at that time. That's something they'll be investigating.
Well, it's certainly going to make us pause and think, are we doing everything we can do to keep schools safe? You'd like to think you are, but then this happens. So right now it's a matter of what resources can we bring to the table for the local school, and we'll be having conversations. Are we doing enough?
And so those conversations will be coming in the future. But for now, classes have been canceled tomorrow. The school says that they all need, the students, the staff, they need time to process this, and that counselors will be on hand when school resumes.